What's up guys and girls, welcome to another video. In this video I'm gonna try and answer why Loki is trying to start Ragnarok in the scene where he sends Skull and Hati into the sky. For this video I'm going to be using the help of my friend Furore as we brainstorm together to try and figure this out, so shout outs to her. You can follow her on Twitter, link in the description and in the pinned comment. Now if you're new here, I appreciate it if you dropped a like on this video, because that's telling YouTube it's okay to push this video out to other God of War fans. And if you're new here or you're always coming back to watch my videos, I do appreciate a subscription. Thank you very much, and let's get right into the video. So first, let's talk about Loki and Odin. A lot of people, myself included, think Odin and Atreus have some sort of deal going on with one another. We see Atreus open the door to Odin in the trailer. It's possible Odin may have said something to Atreus when Kratos wasn't around, and that's the secret Atreus is trying to hide. So why do we all believe Atreus and Odin are working together in some way? And there are two reasons. One comes from the actual game and one comes from the traditional mythology. Let's start with the myth. In the myth, Loki and Odin have a very strange relationship with one another. What we know for a fact is that the two made a blood pact and are now blood brothers. Now why they decided to make this pact is pretty much up in the air, and several sources have several different opinions. Some say they made this pact because they got along so well with one another, being tricksters and conning people together. They enjoyed their time together so much they decided to form a pact and become blood brothers. Other sources say they didn't like each other at all, but they couldn't ignore the fact that they benefited from one another. And others say that they conned so many people and gained so many rewards from that time together that they realized that the best opportunity for more profit is to make a blood pact and become blood brothers. Whatever the reason may be, they became blood brothers and decided to make a partnership because they thought that this partnership between them would help them out in the long run. The second reason, which kind of ties in with the reason I just explained, is that Atreus and Odin want the same thing in the game. Atreus and Odin want to stop Ragnarok. Atreus wants to stop Ragnarok to save the realms, and Odin wants to stop Ragnarok to save himself. Both their goals are the same. Now let's continue with the story. During the meeting, as a sign of good faith, Odin gives Atreus an item to show that he wants to stop Ragnarok and that they should be on the same side. That item is the green marble or orb that we see Atreus holding in both God of War trailers, the reveal trailer last year and the story trailer. And if you watch my breakdown of the reveal trailer, if you zoom in, you can actually make out the word Hati that is on the green orb. And Atreus confirms that it's Hati because as he looks at the green orb, he can actually hear the wolf and is communicating with the wolf in his head. And of course, I'm gonna back up everything I'm saying like I have always been doing. In the book Lore and Legends, 1 year after the events of the game, Atreus is surrounded by wolves. They begin to howl, and Atreus heard a buzzing in his head. They were trying to communicate with Atreus. Kratos didn't know this happened. All he knows is that he saw wolves approach Atreus, and when he got close, the wolves ran away. In God of War 2018, Atreus communicated with Andvari's ring, which had the dwarf spirit inside the ring. So I think that the way Atreus stares at the orb in both trailers, he's hearing the wolf that is connected to the orb, the spirit of Hati. After Odin gives Atreus the Hati orb, he tells Atreus to find the other orb to call down the other wolf. This is why we may be in Helheim as we saw in the story trailer. We learned in God of War 2018, thanks to Mimir, that Odin can't survive the cold winds of hell.
Let me take this moment to tell you that what you are about to do is absolutely insane. Odin can survive this cold, so I hope those blades work.
This is why Odin himself can't retrieve the wolf spirits. It could be that when Odin cast the wolves up to chase the sun and the moon because he wanted Ragnarok to start on his timetable. However, someone snatched the orb and brought it to Helheim. So Odin could never bring down the two wolves. Now who could this person be? Personally, I think it's Atreus' other child, the ruler of the underworld, Hel. All of Loki's monster children already exist in this world. Fenrir is here, Odin's 8-legged horse is here, the serpent is here, but the only one that has not made an appearance yet is the goddess of the underworld, who just got a little hint in the book Lore and Legends. If the description of Helheim, it does say that someone is running the realm. Like I said before, in the story trailer, we are actually in Helheim, so who knows, maybe we're here to get that orb back. So I think we go on our adventure, we find Tyr, we go to all these different realms, we solve a lot of issues, and realize that in order to stop Ragnarok, we have to do a bunch of other things. And I think one of the things Atreus believes he has to do is to bring down Skull and Hati, so the sun and moon won't be eaten. However, an issue happens. As Atreus uses the green orbs to call down Skull and Hati from the sky, it causes an eclipse. Let's re-look at what Mimir said about Skull and Hati in God of War 2018.
You're familiar with the tale of Skull and Hati, bringers of day and night.
Oh yeah, the wolf giants.
Aye. They were born of the archwolf Hrothwitnir, a great nemesis of the Aesir gods. Odin captured them as pups and kept them in the kennels of Asgard to hold his foe at bay. But when the sun and moon grew mutinous and stood still, Odin put Skull and Hati to use. With his ancient magics, he cast the wolves to the heavens, and they began their chase. And long shall they chase, but not endlessly, for it is foretold that someday Skull and Hati will catch and devour their prey. And that day shall be Ragnarok, the twilight of the gods.
But Ragnarok is supposed to be Odin's doom, isn't it? Why would he set the wolves loose if it fulfills the prophecy?
Precisely the question, lad. It's always about control. The wolves determine when Ragnarok begins, and now he controls the wolves. A battle fought on his timetable is a battle he better stands to win.
Mimir said Skull and Hati are the bringers of day and night. Without the wolves chasing the sun and moon, time might stop altogether, and that's why we probably see an eclipse in the God of War story trailer. Since time has stopped moving because there is no more day and night, this could affect the realm in a very dangerous way. Not just the realm that they're in, but all 9 realms. We learn in Game Informer's coverage, if you look at Mimir's subtitles, he does agree that the reason why Svartalfheim is having issues with earthquakes and a horrendous smell, it's because of Fimbulwinter. So Fimbulwinter is an event that happens in Midgard, but all 9 realms might be affected in the same way. So here, with time being, stopped, it's probably doing a negative effect on all 9 realms, the same way Fimbulwinter does. However, the upside is that Ragnarok has stopped. So the event almost immediately may start something terrible. To stop Ragnarok, you have to stop time. And this is the moment Atreus has to make the ultimate decision. I think he tells Kratos he's been working with Odin this whole time, and doesn't know what to do now. Kratos, not telling him what to do, instead tells him that this is no one's decision but his own. No one is bonded by fate or destiny. Everyone can write their future. It just takes your own willpower to make that happen. It may always feel like you don't have a choice, that you have to listen to this person or that person, but at the end of the day, the only person that makes anything happen in this world is yourself. This is what Kratos has always lived by. Taking down the Greek gods, that was his decision. There was a prophecy that did say all the Greek gods will die, but it was Kratos' choices that made that happen. Like every other choice in his life, Kratos did what he wanted to do. When he wanted to destroy the Sisters of Fate, the Sisters of Fate responded by trying to pluck and mess with his timeline. However, no matter what they did, they could not stop him from coming. They couldn't alter his fate, because that's who Kratos is. He has that willpower to always keep moving forward. Something in this moment Atreus would actually learn. And because of his father's words, he realizes that if he leaves the world in this state, everyone would be affected. everyone would be hurt. And even though Ragnarok won't stop, this will not stop Odin from taking over the realms, as he now suspects this is what Odin wanted all along. If the realms are weakened, this only leaves opportunity for Odin to go in and take control. Similar to Athena, after Kratos had destroyed the entire world, she tried to take that opportunity to take over. Now Atreus is being put in this position where he can leave the world weakened and for Odin to take over, or he can start Ragnarok and try to destroy Odin, destroying the world, and the world will once again begin anew, just like in the traditional mythology. And Atreus chooses Ragnarok, sending Skull and Hati into the sky to actually start the end of everything, which I think is probably one of the most poetic things in this entire fucking series. But that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. Now, there was more. Furore had a little bit more to say, but this video is getting very long, so I'm gonna explore what everyone else thinks about this scene. This is just my thoughts, and I want to come back to it in the future because you all also have some great thoughts that I want to share. But that's it for this video. Bye, everyone.
We will make our own destiny.